you go. There you go. Now y'all can hear. Um, oh yeah, we apparently got Bad Dad for an achievement on Carousel because we slept with this person, with Robert, um, the first night. And I mean, here's the thing, like, that's honestly, I personally feel like that would 100% be Carousel. If he were just if he were just a feral dad out in the wild, he would go for Robert. So I feel like that is accurate to a T. Uh so yeah, we're gonna that. Oh, God, we're starting out with the cookout. We're starting off with a cookout. And this I head out the door and Amanda reluctantly follows. Like doing today. Yeah, that's fine. We walk across the street to Joseph's house with a store-bought veggie plate. I am a terrible cook if it doesn't involve a grill. I guess we're not as early as we thought we were. Joseph's backyard is already packed with people, and the smell of hot dogs wafts through the air. Small children run through a sprinkler. Thank you. I went very purple, and like my hair is doing this. Thank you. Like, I'm pretty today, and I meant to, like, I was trying to give off dad vibes with some good old fashioned plaid. Yeah, we're pretty bisexual. How are you doing, Miss Daisy? Small children run through the sprinklers, and adults chat in small clusters. I set our veggie plate down on a table next to two other veggie plates. Ah, hitch. Can't. So sorry. Hey, there's Joseph. I wave to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms open wide. Welcome. I'm so glad you two are here. And you brought veggies! Let me introduce you to my family. Kids, come on over here. This is Chris, my eldest. Hi. This is Christian and Christy. They're twins.
Hey.
They stare creepily and say nothing. Then, of course, there's our youngest, Krish. Wait, where is Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib. So, something that I both love and hate about this game, like, this person in particular, is very much like he works as a youth minister. His name is Joseph and his wife's name is Mary, and all of his kids have Chris, or with a T at the end. Like, they saw a theme for their family and they went with it. And I mean, you gotta admire that kind of dedication. Oh no. It's the woman from the bar the other night. What is she doing here? As a refresher, this woman, like, saw us at a bar and started hitting on us immediately, asked us for some wine. Like, we might be a bad dad, but she is also a bad dad. Oh, and how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary? Joseph pecks her on the cheek and she smiles. Ah, Mary, sweetheart, did you put Krish to bed? I'll have to go look for him. What? You'll have to. She lost the baby! Joseph takes a moment and regains his composure. Mary, this is our new neighbor, Carousel, and his daughter Amanda. I'd shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine that I need to tend to. I love her. Nice to, meet you, Mary, for the first time. Charmed. Well, I have to go over there now. It's so interesting. Like, I love this game. This game is what I wish every dating sim was like, honestly. Mary leaves. Oh god, is this awkward. I wonder if Joseph knows. I wonder if Mary knows that Joseph knows. I wonder if Joseph knows that Mary knows that I know. It takes all of my energy not to run away from the barbecue and start fresh in a new city. I can be a bad dad somewhere else. My wife has a wonderful sense of humor. But please, you two, enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you. All the guys. So many hot dogs to enjoy at this cookout. Amanda and I mill around and try some of the food spread out on the table. I pick at some deviled eggs. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. It's a pretty sweet, like, tier thing over there. I don't want to have to make friends. So that's about the only thing that's, like, opposite with, the character carousel. Is that, like, carousel would be to each of these guys just be like, hey, you're my new friend now. I hope you enjoy being way too personal. Aww. Come on, Dad. Who are you gonna party with when I go off to school? Apparently Robert. But I don't want to have pleasantries. Dad. Ugh, we're gonna talk about the weather. Go, do it. Make a friend. Just one friend. Where's Robert? How could I possibly abandon my only child at a social function? That's bad parenting. Yeah. This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye. Oh, my heart. Amanda shoves me into the center of the yard. Oh, here goes nothing. I look around the party and am surprised to see some familiar faces. We've already met so many people. Already met so many people. Isn't that the barista from the Coffee Spoon? Oh dang, Robert's here. Didn't that guy throw a frisbee at my head? Isn't that the guy who was throwing a fit in Dead Goth and Beyond? Isn't that Amanda's teacher? Hey, I know Craig. Well, wait a second. All of these people live in our cul-de-sac? That can't be right. I better investigate. Okay, so Robert and Brian. We know Robert pretty well, so... Matt, Hugo, and Craig. Okay, so Craig is the guy with the baby strapped to him. Hugo is the teacher. Not sure which one Matt is. Or Joseph and Damien. And Joseph is... Joseph, we already saw him. Damien is Dead Goth and Beyond. Or is it Burger Time? Oh, Matt is the hot one. So Matt, Hugo, and oh no, they're all together. Oh, they're all together. Let me just. So today's tea of the day is boba. Oh, geez. So today's tea of the day is boba. I also put honey in it that like partially crystallized. Got like a big globule of honey. Oh, but today's gonna be a thirsty day, so we got a big old glass. Oh, the crystallized honey. Matt and Hugo seem to be embroiled in an intense discussion. Craig looks on, smiling politely. I walk over to say hello. I very much imagine, like, Craig is such a, like, sports head. Like, he is the kind of guy that is able to tell you every minutia of how a runner is able to do a mile in 3 minutes. But Craig and Matt, or no, Hugo and Matt very much seem like the kind of people who would, like, argue about which one of them hates Hemingway more. Little foot, please no. Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare two art movements like that. Oh, swear to God if they bring up Picasso. Periods in art only exist because they're a unique byproduct of the social and political climate of the time and place, and to try to take something like, say, the Rococo period and compare it to postmodernism in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which a work of art is created. Man, I love this man. Matt and Hugo seem to be so busy talking that they don't notice me. Greg leans in. I have no idea what's happening. Oh, so I don't want to alienate Craig. But they're hot! Yeah. Matt and Hugo. What kind of comparison just eliminates the reason art movements are so important? That kind of comparison eliminates the reason art movements are so important in the first place. You're not wrong, but I think there's no harm comparing one work of art to another. You could definitely say one painting is better than another if you're evaluating technical skill from purely formalist standpoint. If I showed you a Matisse, and then something by the Dutch masters, which one would you say shows more technical prowess? This is where my nerd comes out. Like, honestly, I would say the Dutch masters, and the only reason being is because, like, oh, this is where I I lose people. The Dutch masters, like, they had this whole thing where for the longest time, like, they made so much money on their religious paintings, like depictions of Jesus, Mary, Joseph, all of those. But then a new regency came in and basically said, like, that's not allowed anymore. We're not going to have religion ruling all of us, so artists can no longer paint religious motifs. And so what they ended up doing was they integrated symbolism. And so a lot of the Dutch masters did these things where it was like this huge table with like apples and dead birds and like all of these things. And so they had so much detail in it, but they also had to put the symbolism in there, and they had to pick symbols that everyone would recognize, because otherwise, like, why even do it in the first place? And so I would say the Dutch masters. Carousel is lost. I shoot a worried glance over to Craig, who returns it. Well, sure, you could say that the Dutch masters were technically more skilled. But I will argue that while the Dutch masters were better painters, Matisse had better paintings over. No idea what you guys. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, no. So I have a feeling that this is the one to impress the two guys, but this is the one to impress Craig. And I love Craig dearly. He is a sweet golden retriever man. But I'm a daddy who has needs. How do you mean? So I know. Carousel, please. Well, that painting of the guy with the apple in front of his face is pretty nice. He's... It's a Magritte! Right, Art, sorry. Oh my god. Like, I shouldn't find this as funny as I do, but I like Art a lot. Whew. Anyway, you're fine, dude.
I don't know.
We were just discussing the importance of context when talking about artwork. Listen, all I asked was if you liked Van Gogh or Picasso better. Picasso's a butthole? Like, this is something I'm gonna clip later. Picasso is a butthole. Hate Picasso. Picasso can suck my left nut. Hate Picasso. Van Gogh is better. You know why? Because he did not objectify his women to the point where, like, oh god, what was the line? Picasso at one point was like, after I'm done dating a woman, There is no other use for her, so I will destroy her. Like, what the fuck? I hate Picasso. Like, we're doing. I'm gonna. Give me a second. Gonna post that later with a rant that's even longer than this one. Hugo throws up his hands in frustration. Me too. How can you not just say Picasso's a fuck ass? Sorry, I'm so angry. I'm so angry. It's not even a question. But they represent two completely different art movements. They do. One's Impressionism, one is, Cubism. How could I possibly choose between the thick, creamy impasto of post-impressionism and the abstractionist beauty of cubism? That was a fuck ass. And that's all way above my head. Me too. Hey. It's all good, man. The cool thing about art is that we all perceive it differently. A single piece could have a totally different effect on each person that looks at it. And that's awesome. Oh. Just 1 minute about that. Hugo. Please. Sorry. I get really... Oh no, I'm Hugo. Of all the dads, I'm Hugo. Carousel, how are you liking the new neighborhood? It's pretty nice. Everybody's been super friendly. Super friendly, you know? Seems like your daughter is fitting in just fine. Matt points across the yard to where Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. It's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us. What is it, sweetheart? It's a flower crown. I thought you'd look cute in it. Well, there's only one way to find out. Matt takes the flower crown and places it on top of his head. Beautiful, Dad. Am I cool now? The girl stares at him, thinking it over. Nope. But you're slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on. Hey. Hey, Carousel. This is my daughter. Hello. I'm Carmencita. I wanted to make that Carmenista. Amanda comes over with Daisy in tow. Dad, look! I'm making friends! Rude. Are you making friends? You better be making friends. Yeah, actually. Amanda, you remember the cool barista from the coffee shop and my old college friend and, your teacher. Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. I didn't realize we were neighbors. Oh. Yep. You still gonna get me that overdue term paper? So as a teacher person? No. Like, outside of school, I'm a different human being. So are the students. Let me just... Wham. So I don't do that. I don't do that. Nope. Hi, great seeing you. Amanda finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. Same. You learned finger guns from me. I am very proud. She's definitely a charmer. Speaking of which, where did my son go? Sweet Manchego. I love this. Hugo looks around the party. He must finally spot him because his eyes go wide. Ernest! I forgot. He named his child Ernest Hemingway. Why would you do that to a child? First of all, Ernest. But then Hemingway, like, add it. I forgot. Are you smoking? Oh. Ernest is holding a lit cigarette. Nope. I see Ernest across the way. He casually takes a long drag of his cigarette and then flicks it into a gutter. Unbelievable. Excuse me. Hugo marches over to Ernest, and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig. Hello. Kids, right? Man, I do not envy Hugo. The last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Joseph's pants. Nearly burned down half the yard. And the barbecue we had after that, he actually burned down half the yard. And then it spread into my lawn and burned down half of my yard too.
I don't know.
Oh, God. I mean, if you're gonna name your kid Ernest Hemingway, like, just expect problems. Honestly, I don't. Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. Carousel, this is my son, Ernest. Hello. Ernest looks away, sulking, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. Hugo nudges him, impatiently. Hey. Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade are you in? Does it matter?
Oh.
Ernest! Okay, I'm in the 8th grade. God, are you happy now? Or you were just dying to know? Yeah. Good for you. You survived this long! I go now. I'm tired of talking to old dudes who blame my generation for the failing That's... Ooh. Ernest Hemingway knows his shit. God, can you imagine your parents just fucking you over like that? Naming you Ernest Hemingway? Ouch.
I don't know.
Ernest! Oh yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you. Ernest puts earbuds in and storms off to stand in the corner. Oh, that was certainly something. He seemed nice. Hugo puts his head in his hands and sighs. Dad problems. I'm so sorry. He's having a really tough time. As much as I want to be the cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he clearly resents me for it. I mean, I think as a dad and a teacher, that's about as authoritarian as you can get. Excuse. I am a very cool parent and teacher, or was. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get back into teaching. I don't know. It's a gambit right now. But, like, you can be a cool... Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Matthew, are... Is it even possible to be a cool dad? No, but I'm a bad dad! What? I'm cool as a cucumber. See, that right there, you can't say that. My kids think I'm cool. But for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads? Oh God, is this, like... I didn't notice this the first time, but, like, is this why everyone's so open to hooking up? Is, like, they're just now realizing, like, I'm not gonna be the cool dad, so I'm gonna be the gayest dad I can be. I think we just have to accept the fact that as dads, we've become the machine we once raged against and accept our fate to unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you are doomed. My child's gonna be 12 in August. Like, am I not gonna be a cool dad anymore? Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool. I yell across the yard to my daughter. Amanda! I'm cool, right? Amanda just laughs. Keeps laughing. I see your point.
Oh no.
As much as we all want it, I don't think it's as important to be a cool dad as to be a good dad. Like how these are capitalized? Like these are titles. These are official titles. We can't all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, give me an Ernest. Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay. Yeah, you're right. But it'd be nice to have it both ways. Hearing these guys talk about this makes me think of my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when it won't be like that. Is college when that happens?
Ah.
Don't let us eat up your time, Carousel. Go meet some of the other people around the neighborhood. I don't want to. You're the hottest guys here. Why do you think I picked you first? We're gonna, like, honestly, I picture it as, like, Carousel's just walking around and, like, he'll see Robert and try to duck behind someone. Uh, which, if anyone knows how tall Carousel is, very tall, very large man, cannot hide very well. So this feels right. This feels perfect. Joseph and Damien. I spot Joseph chatting with the guy from Dead Gotham Beyond by the grill. I wonder what they're talking about. I walk over to them. So, I'm curious. Can you walk me through why you had your nose painted black? How does that one song? Da 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 da, I want it painted black. Where do I even start? The house stays warmer in the winter. Did it say house and not nose? Let's read that. The house stays warmer in the winter. It provides an artistic contrast to the rest of the neighborhood, and it complements the crimson interior perfectly. It's definitely an resting. Thank you. I'm very proud of my abode. Carousel! I was just having a conversation with Damien here about his aesthetic design decisions. Damien regards me up and down with a warm but critical eye. How do you do? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. I have a little bit, but you were very upset, so, like, understandable. I think I saw you in Dead Gotham Beyond the other day. Damien's face turns bright red. I must apologize for my behavior on that day. You see, I take the goth lifestyle very seriously, and to be caught in a ruse by such a corporation as Dead Gotham Beyond was profoundly frustrating. Indeed. I hope you know that while my anger may have been justified, it was no such way for a gentleman to act. It's okay, and do tell me about yourself. Are you new to the area? Yeah, my daughter and I just moved in the other day. She was the one I took to Dead Gotham Beyond. Like, he just wants to, like, I wasn't there on purpose. It wasn't for me. I like flowers.
Oh.
Very good taste on her part. Does she partake in the goth lifestyle? I think for a second. I look over to Amanda, who's hanging out with some of the older kids in the neighborhood.
Oh my.
Hey, Amanda! Would you consider yourself a goth? Amanda yells back. I wouldn't necessarily try to fall under any one specific label, but I guess if I had to choose, I would more describe myself as twee hipster with some normcore leanings. I love Damien's face. Like, if you... He is shocked, and I don't know if he's shocked that, like, I'm just yelling at my child across the way instead of answering, or if it's more like, normcore, no. Bats are cool, though! Ah, a pity. Are you enjoying the party so far? Oh, definitely. Thanks so much for putting this on. It's nice to be in a cul-de-sac where everyone is so friendly and welcoming. Amanda walks up to the conversation. I also like The Lost Boys a lot. Really good movie. That count as goth? That it would, my dear. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Damien Bloodmarsh at your service. Might be Mark. Bloodmark. Damien finishes the sentence with a flourish and a bow, producing a single rose and offering it to Amanda. In other words, this man keeps roses on his person at all times, just in case. Amanda blushes and returns the gesture with a curtsy.
Huh.
My, you do know how to treat a lady. Hello, Amanda. They're gonna be the creepy twin. They're gonna be like, seemingly out of nowhere, Joseph's twins appear. They're speaking in unison. Hey, won't you come play with us?
Huh?
Oh, no. This is Shining. This is the Shining shit. Come play with us. Forever. Guys, enough with the creepy twin shtick. We have talked about this. Just at a young age, like, you decide. This is gonna be my thing. I'm gonna be creepy.
Huh.
Christian and Christy slowly back away. Where do you think they got that from? Where do you think they got that from?
Oh.
Mary pops into the conversation, wine in hand. I don't know. Oof. Mary takes a long sip of wine. I feel that, Mary. I think I might have taped over a VeggieTales VHS with The Shining. Who knows? Another sip of her wine. Where's Krish?
Come on.
Wasn't he with you? You had him a moment ago. He's probably stuffing dirt in his mouth. He'll be alright. Toddlers are pretty resilient. Mary tips her glass to me. Oh no. Oh no. Ain't my first time at the rodeo. It's my fourth.
Come on.
I have squeezed 4 little... Sweetheart, would you do me a favor and please find Krish? That would be great. Sure, he's fine.
Yeah.
Mary? Okay. Jeez. Mary finishes her wine and wanders off. Can we go now? Ah, Lucian, have I introduced you to Carousel yet? Hey, it's that punk from Amanda's school. So this person, this child, is the one that was like, I think the teacher's room is like up a floor and around the corner or something like that, and it was right next to his locker. Like, he knew. I remember you. Whatever. That's no way for a young man to speak to his elders. Be polite. Lucian bows. Whatever, sir. Lucian bows again. Mr. Christensen, may I have a veggie burger, sir?
Oh.
Coming right up, bud. Are you a vegetarian? Yep. Make that 2 veggie burgers. Did you know that some people in the Victorian era were vegetarians? They described carnivorous type people as bloodlappers. God. That's really interesting, Damien. I just imagine Joseph, like, trying to do the people-pleasing thing with all of these people constantly. Joseph turns to the grill. Just a hint of a tattoo peeks out from underneath his sleeve. Can't believe I didn't notice it before. It looks like the bottom of an anchor. I swear to God, if it's one of those, like, we won't sink. Oh, is that a tattoo? Yep, I wasn't always a youth pastor, you know. So cool. Want to see mine?
What?
What? Lucian pulls back some rubber bracelets, revealing a lopsided 666 in black ink. My buddy gave me a stick and poke tattoo last week. I think it's healing up pretty good. Lucian! We'll talk about this later. That's pretty cool. What's the significance of the tattoo? I don't know. I just thought it looked sick. Well, in my opinion, the only reason you need to get a tattoo is because you want one. Careful, though. That number carries weight. I mean, I've already gone on an art rant here. I don't know if I should also go on a rant about the number 666 and how what it actually alludes to is shoot, it's one of the Roman emperors. His name started with an can't remember. But anyway. Man, Joseph is a way cooler youth pastor than I thought. I just figured pastors popped out of the womb with a Bible. I wonder what he did before preaching. Avoid it. Ooh, I walk over to Robert and Brian, who are chatting over drinks, determined not to be weird about what happened last night. I hope Robert feels the same. Hey, guys. Carousel, how the heck are you? Settling into the neighborhood all right? Oh, you betcha. Got the living room in order, at least. That's great to hear. I've been doing some living room work as well. Finally got the 50-inch in there. The game looks great in high def. Oh boy. Brian is my least favorite. Like, it might just be me, but like, that kind of person that even if they don't mean to, they're just constantly bragging, just makes me, like, very tired. Carousel, have you met Robert yet? Yes, I believe we met. Briefly. Like, no one saw the walk of shame as I was leaving his apartment? Robert takes a long sip of whiskey. Actually, like, I know it's really early in the morning. That sounds good. Like, just that taste sounds good. Like, I don't want the alcohol portion. Just the taste of whiskey sounds really good. Robert robotically extends a hand. I shake it as he stares unblinkingly into my eyes. Oh god, what does it mean? Like, is he... Send me some kind of a message, Robert, please. How's it going? Good. It's good. Robert focuses on the whiskey he's holding and he takes a long sip. Great. Look at my friends. I'm not your friend, sir. Us dads gotta stick together, you know. Us dads? Robert has a kid? Oh, I didn't know you had kids. Robert continues to stare at me. Jesus, does this guy ever blink? Robert, please. Yep. Cool. That's cool. Stand in incredibly uncomfortable silence for several moments until... Gotta get this off the haunted truck! Oh no, the ghost locked the doors! Daisy and Amanda run up to us. Quick, hit the emergency escape button! But trucks don't have emergency escape buttons. Then hit the brake, I guess, and then we'll get out of the truck. The imaginary truck. Anyway, we're safe from the ghosts, but how will we ever survive this Arctic tundra? Daisy, you might have to eat me. Are you prepared to do that? I'm prepared to do anything to survive. Daisy? That's cold-blooded. I like that. Although I'm not sure I have the materials required to properly cook you. Wait a second. Are you guys playing Long Haul Ice Road and Paranormal Ghost Trucker? God. I love it. Yeah. Amanda and I love that show. It's the best. Especially that episode where Callum hides Flint's keys and Flint retaliates by breaking an ancient cursed urn and sending the spirit after him. Yeah. It's such great quality television. All right, Daisy. I found us a couple of bugs. They're gonna make a great meal, lots of protein. Gonna keep us from starving out here in this harsh, icy wasteland. There's a whole table of food right over there. Hey, we're playing pretend. It's what kids do. Live a little. Amanda gives Daisy a handful of gummy worms from the snack table. They eat them with mock disgust. Let's go find kindling for a fire. Okay. Where'd Robert go? Where'd he go? But not an actual fire. Because we're playing pretend? Now you're getting it. But we could build. Daisy and Amanda run off. What a cute couple of kids. I turned my attention back to the conversation, but wait, where did Robert go? I skimmed the party and finally find him in the corner talking to Mary. Does he not want to talk? So, I mean, I know I would feel hurt by that. Like, I don't want to be bad, Dad. Man, I've never seen her get along with anyone so quickly. I snap out of my Robert-induced haze. I guess Amanda just sort of has a way with kids. That's kind of amazing. Daisy doesn't really get along with kids her age. It's nice that he's not trying to one-up me this time. Maybe we can have a regular friendship after all. Really? Just kind of keeps to herself. Her teachers say she spends every recess in the library. I think the other kids are intimidated by her intelligence. There it is. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Amanda was shy at Daisy's age too. She used to have a habit of crawling under tables and crying every time we took her to a restaurant. You bet people too. Oh, kids, right? Gotta love them. You're required. By law. Well, since they're getting along so well, maybe we should try to put together a little play date for them. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Go meet some of the other fellas. I've met all of them! And without further ado, let's work some magic. Thank you, Joseph. It's burger time. Joseph closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and gets to work. With the greatest of ease, he sets patties on the grill, flourishing as he flips his spatula in the air. It's easily some of the best grill work I've seen.
Oh.
Do you guys think this is my first time in front of a grill? It's working faster now. Effortlessly tossing cheese onto patties and perfectly grilling onions on the side. One after another, the dads take notice and crowd around Joseph to admire his masterful technique. You probably don't know this, Carousel, but Joseph's known around here for his grillmanship. Looks like one of the, I picture him as one of those, like, the bartenders that's able to just, like, flip all of the things. He's ungrill-leavable. I've tried to get on his level, but I just can't catch up. Let us keep studying. He has a rare quality about him. Mustard, we keep talking about this. Can't we just appreciate the artist? I've never seen him make a mistake.
Oh.
Okay, we need to stop. This is getting too cheesy. Please stop! All of the children at the party boo the glorious display of puns in unison. All right, guys. Food's ready. Please form an orderly barbecue. Amanda groans. We all grab our food and hang out, enjoying perfectly cooked cheeseburgers. Man, it's so wild how all of us dads live in the same cul-de-sac. Like, you realize this. You realize, like, hot dads, one cul-de-sac, all the dads. Kinda nice, isn't it? It feels like there's a real community here. Totally helps when you're just a single dad trying to raise a kid. We're happy to have you here, man. I think you're gonna like this neighborhood a lot.
Oh.
Plus, Amanda seems to be getting along with all of the kids. If she decides to get into babysitting games, she'll really make a killing.
Oh.
Hey, why don't you add us all on Dadbook? 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 Yeah, it's a great social network for dads to keep in touch with each other. We're all on it, so if you ever need to reach out to someone, that's the simplest way to do it. Yourself. Sorry, I'm just an old-fashioned dad. Social media goes over my head sometimes. Don't worry, Pops, I'll help you figure it out. The rest of the barbecue goes smoothly. We all trade stories and drink beer as our kids play on the lawn. Amanda breaks up a fight between Carmencita and those weird twins. I think they wanted her soul. Amanda and I walk back to our place as the sun sets over the neighborhood. Pretty fun party, don't you think? I got a burger in me. I felt like it was I was at a networking event. Wish I could have been playing Paranormal Ice Road Tours. I think this one. I'm gonna get LinkedIn notifications out of this. I just know it. You don't think it's nice that people want to connect with you? Not when their affection jams up my inbox. Metaphorically speaking. Jams up your inbox, you say? Well, hey, at least you met some other cool dads. Should hit them up on Dad Book. Maybe I will. If I ever figure out how social media works. I have a good feeling about this place. Me too, Dad. Be generous and kind. I mean, that's a good. Amanda and I arrive home with the remnants of our veggie plate. Seems like nobody was really into the cauliflower. Any plans for this evening? Actually, yeah. I'm going out with some friends. Oh. Is that okay? Of course. Just keep me posted and be home before midnight. You got it. Weren't home before midnight. And be careful. I will. Make good choices. Of course. Call me if you need anything. Dad, you're not gonna do the thing where you wait silently for me to come home in the living room with all the lights off, are you? What? No. I've never done that, and I will never do that. Okay. Do you have plans tonight? I mean, is Robert still up? My plans were kinda to eat ice cream and watch TV with Amanda, but I'll find something to do. Gonna... Real rager. All the other dads in the neighborhood are invited. I'll see if I can get you a spot on the list, but honestly, it's looking tight, and you might just have to wait in line. I know the guy at the door. I'll get in, no problem. I'm just relaxing tonight. Have fun, okay? Great, see you later. I watch Amanda drive off into the night. I really do hope she has fun.